Hey viewer, welcome to the maiden edition of the Amazon, coming to you on the Precision TV and online TV channel. The Amazon is a program put in place to celebrate Nigerian women who have made their marks in the society and their professions. Today with me on the program is an educationist, a philanthropist, and a social crusader, who happens to be the wife of the former Commissioner for Health in the state, and incidentally the present Commissioner for Health in the state. She is no other person than Mrs. Oluwatoyin Adegbenro. Why not sit back as we journey together on this program? I am Hayo Babiji Komalafi.
Thank you.
You're looking legit.
Thank you.
So, over the years we've been hearing about you every here and there, and we just like to meet you in person.
I'm Oluwatoyin Adegbenro. A wife, a mother, a teacher. What else? What else would you like to know about me? That's my personal biodata you're talking about.
Okay.
So what else would you like to know?
And how does it look growing up? The environment, then sometimes the environmental factors affect growing up too. So how does it look to you growing up? I know you are a grown-up woman now, and that's why we are here to really learn from your experience while growing up.
My growing up was okay. Let me say that I was born in the beautiful town of Ijebu. That's where I hail from anyway. But I grew up in Abeokuta, as the state capital. My parents were teachers. My dad is late. My mom is a retired teacher. My father retired as a principal. In fact, if I remember well, I can remember at least from the time I could remember who Oluwatoyin, really is. I grew up knowing my dad as a vice principal. He retired as a principal, and of course you know how the children of teachers are. You're locked indoors. You're not allowed to make friends. You must do everything according to position. Other than books. That's basically all we had to do. We're not even allowed to play more than necessary. In my house, even my next door neighbors, I never went into their flats while we were growing up. So we had that kind of close and inbred upbringing. And of course, in that kind of situation, you find out that your parents could kind of influence your life almost totally, mold you into what they want, what they wanted you to be. And by and large, I must say we kind of met up with their dreams of what their children should be, of which I am one. I have 2 siblings, 2 older ones, and the last of 3 children. I trained as an engineer. My father was a mathematician.
Wow.
And somehow, let me say, that has kind of affected who I am. Because in all, mathematics to me became more or less like a lifestyle. Something you just had to do. Something that had to be done. Parts and parcel of living for us. Right from SS1, if I remember well, I could solve past questions and have a minimum of 70%. Because my dad was a white chief examiner. So he would pick your script, tell you to do it, time you according to the, the standard and the time you will spend on a normal YF question paper, and would mark it. So becoming a mathematics teacher was just something like I was doing something I was used to. I actually trained as an engineer, an agric engineer. And becoming an engineer was more or less like, okay, I'm good in mathematics. That notion then was that a child who is good in mathematics ordinarily should become an engineer. And so for that reason, it was just like, okay, it's a natural thing for me to become an engineer. And I ended up training as one. But today, I found myself as a mathematics teacher. And here I am.
Though I have the intention of still asking, because I got to know that you were trained as an agric engineer and now you're a mathematics teacher. So I wanted to ask initially, but I'm happy, I'm glad you've talked about that. But I want to ask, if you still have the opportunity of practicing as an agric engineer, if you still go into
the funny thing is that somehow all my life I've had that love for agriculture. Although my becoming an agric engineer was by chance. I actually didn't want to study agric engineering. I wanted to be a marine engineer. But my dad of blessed memory was of the belief that, if you go into that field of, engineering, while you are away on the rig for 3 months, your husband would have had another wife. And somehow, I ended up studying agricultural engineering. As a little child, my love for agriculture grew up with me. I remember in my neighborhood, even when my mom would tell me, okay, go and buy so thing, you will see me, when I see tomatoes growing wild, the normal Yoruba child, go and grind pepper. Once they wash the pepper, they will rinse it again, that. And they just pour the water in. The seeds will germinate. If I see that around the place I used to grind pepper, I'll go uproot it. Then go and transplant and replant it, at the back of our house. And somehow the tomatoes, when the bear fruits, the fruits have been used a lot of times by my mom in frying egg or what have you. As I grew, that love continued. I remember I once had a little local chicken now that at a particular time had about 66. I started with one. At a time I could count 66 of them. So the love remained. And I told myself that, yes, I must go back to my first love. Yeah, it will surprise you. I was telling a friend that each time, I find myself traveling and I'm close to the fields, I have this strange feeling of, being drawn to the fields, the vegetation. I want to go there. I want to move close. I just want to do it. And this year, I took a course on pig production. I'm still going to do more. Poultry, snailry, bee and honey production, that's beekeeping, and finally crop production. That's all those I've mentioned, in your animal production. I want to include cassava production. So there we are, you have my plans. I've started and I'm going to get there. So I'll be going back to my first love.
Wow. Thank you very much, Ma, for that enlightenment. And we'll go on a break now. And after the short break, the program, The Amazon, continues. Please stay with us.